Hello, my name is Alphonso McGriff, and this is Alphonso Speaks. This is a platform I use to share information about the conscious conversation experience. First of all, I want to let you know that here, tomorrow from 1 to 8:30 p.m., 1 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., the Taste of Caribbean Arts and Culture Connecticut Incorporated presents Art Connecticut's Taste of the Caribbean Jerk Festival, Saturday, August 1st, 2026, down at the riverfront. So you want to come check it out, have a good time, eat some good food, enjoy some good people, enjoy some good music. It's just a totally good atmosphere, wonderful atmosphere. So try to come down and hang out with us at the riverfront uh, tomorrow afternoon. And it's also a children's village for the little ones where they have a lot of fun doing a lot of interesting things at the children's village. So there's going to be an upper stage and a lower stage again with live entertainment, and it's a lot to do, a lot to see. So come, hang out, and relax and enjoy the day at the riverfront tomorrow with Hartford, Connecticut's Taste of the Caribbean Jerk Festival, Saturday, August 1st. That's tomorrow, 2026, from 1 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So I wanted to put that on the table. I also wanted to remind people that I am here to share the information. And if you'd like to share, if you'd like to get together with a group and have a conscious conversation, young people have a conscious conversation, more mature people, if you want to get together in a group and have a conscious conversation, all you have to do is let me know. We can make it happen. The only thing that I ask is that you have some water and some red grapes. They can be seeded or non-seeded. If anybody can educate me on whether or not there's some type of health difference between seeded grapes and non-seeded grapes, I'm all ears. Help me out. Let me know. But all I ask for is some water and some red grapes, seeded or non-seeded, and we can get together and have a conscious conversation. It can be one-on-one. It could be with a young group. It could be with a more mature group. However you want to do it, we can make it happen. Just let me know, inbox me, and we'll make it happen. And you don't have to be an organization. All you have to do is be a group of people who are interested in improving the quality of who they are. That's it. Because that's what having a conscious conversation is about. It's about us working on ourselves to improve the quality of who we are. One of the ways we can contribute to improving the quality of who we are is how we interact with one another so that we aren't in conflicts and we're not in fights and we're not trying to hurt each other, building a bunch of resentment towards each other and all that kind of stuff. Right now, it seems like that is the hot thing to do. The black women saying the black men ain't no good. The black men saying the black women ain't no good. And we fighting. We fighting out in the streets because of road rage. We fighting at the gas station. We're fighting everywhere. Um, it seems as though uh, anger and hostility is the rhythm of this nation. Conflict and confrontation is the rhythm of this nation right now. And I have a small platform, but it's my objective to go against the grain and try to promote something that helps us be better with how we interact with each other and how we respect ourselves. So, resolution. I'm always looking for resolution. Resolution is the successful solving of a problem. What, how much sense does it make to argue about something and those arguing have no intentions on ever resolving the issue? That that just doesn't make sense. We just want to be right and we want to win the argument. Whatever the resolution is, whatever issue to be resolved is, goes out the window. There's no goal to resolve. The goal is to win and be the most right. And so, in a conscious conversation, we don't have a goal to be the most right. Our goal and objective, foundation of a conscious conversation is understanding. So, I'm here to help myself and people around the world transform conflict into conscious conversation that leads to understanding, resolution, and enlightenment. What is a conscious conversation? A conscious conversation is a verbal interaction where we speak with the desire to understand. We ask questions and we share information. We take responsibility for our thoughts, words, and actions and control our prejudices and emotions, which, if left unchecked, will disrupt the goal of having a conscious conversation. The strength of a conscious conversation is its ability to inspire rather than manipulate. Ultimately, the conscious conversation experience is a pathway to understanding, resolution, and enlightenment. So it's about having a conscious conversation. Again, for those interested in having a conscious conversation, inbox me and we can get together and have one. Doesn't matter what the subject is, as long as it's not rocket science. I'm not a rocket scientist, and so my focus is life, life affirming behavior, and that is behavior that contributes to improving the quality of who we are, and it supports life. It's not against life. It doesn't hurt life. It's not trying to end life. Life affirming behavior supports improving the quality of who we are. So anyone interested in having a conscious conversation, we can do that. Uh, I learned that developing myself can lead to unnecessary challenges with insecure people who are intimidated by those who have a sense of self. It's not our problem, but it is one of the challenges and consequences of that comes with our own personal growth. I always say as we continue with our desire to evolve and grow, and we begin to open new doors, it's people in the room, which means sometimes we have to leave those who are not interested in growing behind if we have a desire to continue growing. That's just part of the process. That's just how it goes. So keep that in mind as we continue to develop our sense of self. It's very important to understand insecure people are going to have a problem with you, and it has nothing to do with you or me or what we're doing. It's 100% them and their issue. But sometimes we have to be aware so that we can protect ourselves because insecure people can be dangerous. They can be lurking and doing things to try to interrupt our sense of self, interrupt our balance, take us off our path. And those kind of people are dangerous. Insecure people can get very dangerous. So we can't just take them for granted and say, oh, well, that's their issue. If we're going to be in their presence, we have to be alert and aware because we have no idea what they're capable of. Insecure people and their desire to adversely affect somebody else's life. So tonight, one of the thoughts that I'm willing to have a conscious conversation about, and tonight's subject is life is a forest. Life is the jungle. Life is the forest. I've tried to explain this to some people, and they've had some challenges with understanding it, and it's okay because Everybody's not going to always understand. Everybody's not going to always be compatible. But we can have a desire to understand and we can be respected. So tonight I'm going to explain why I believe this heavy duty focus on race in this society is where it is now. Because some of us are developing a sense of self and understanding life is much bigger than race. Life is way bigger than white people. Life is way bigger than black people. Life is way bigger than any other group of people. You can be Hawaiian, you can be Chinese, Japanese, any form of Asian, Latinos, Puerto Ricans, uh, Dominican, whatever. Life is bigger than all of these groups of people. Life is bigger than all of us. And so for black people in particular, when we spend so much time and energy on race and race issues, it's like being in the jungle and the forest and getting a rash from poison ivy. And then we spend the rest of our life talking about poison ivy. And in the meantime, we're missing all of the beautiful things associated with the forest. Now, in this forest called life, there are things that are good for us and there are things that are not so good for us. There are no guarantees in the forest that everything is going to be hunky dory. As long as we're in the forest or in this life, there are always going to be challenges. And how we deal with these challenges determine the quality of our lives. So you can't be in the jungle or the forest without challenges. And it's the same way with life. You can't live and not have challenges. It's impossible. Life is not fair, nor is the jungle or the forest. It's not fair. The objective of life is not to be fair, but to offer the opportunity for us to dwell and experience what it's like to live on this planet. That's what life for us is about. And in the jungle and in the forest, and I'm talking about looking at life from a universal standpoint. Being caught up in this race stuff, this destructive, non-productive race-based stuff, guarantees we'll never give ourselves an opportunity to become who we truly have the potential to be. And this is why it's so important not to get caught up in all of this race baiting, racial tensions. And quite honestly, when it comes to black folks in this race stuff, for me, it's like a mouse screaming at the eagle. No, that's not the example I want to give. It's like, yeah, it's like a mouse screaming at an eagle. And just imagine if the eagle, who has all the capability in the world to overcome the mouse, decided because the mouse screamed at him and called him a name, or screamed at it and called it a name. Now the eagle all has no sense of self, has no awareness of its own power. The eagle isn't even aware that technically it's supposed to just gobble the mouse up. The mouse is food for the eagle. And I believe based on our potential and what our ancestors have done, there are a lot of people who are simply food to us. But because we're emotionally caught up in things that keep us weak and not knowing our power and potential, we find ourselves all too left because of what a mouse said or what a mouse is doing. It makes no sense. We have to, and I can only just say it in just plain, clear words. We have to get out of this race based thinking. We've only had it for a few hundred years. And all it has done is continue to sink us into this place that guarantees we'll never be at peace and we'll never have an opportunity to reach our full potential. If you have any comments or thoughts, I'm on Facebook, Alphonso Speaks, and you can make a comment or share a question or whatever it is in the conversation. Look at it and I'll respond if need be. So, life is a jungle. Life is a jungle. It's not fair. It's not going to always, things not going to always happen the way we want them to. And life can be dangerous as well. Life can be dangerous as well. So, and in the jungle, in the forest, there are things in the jungle and the forest. It's going to live its entire life in that jungle and forest. It's going to die in that forest. But the quality of the life that lives and dies in that forest is determined by the actions of whoever is living in that forest or whatever is living in that forest and dying in that forest. Right now, the quality of our life is determined by us. The quality of my life is determined by me. And what I do in this jungle and in this forest. And again, my point is saying life is like a jungle or a forest is to take us out of the race based thinking. We are a universal people who basically once operated based on universal principles, universal laws, principles, and understandings. That's the foundation we move. And universal laws simply are true. We move based on truth, rooted in universal understandings. And we can still do that today. But we have to get our emotions out of this laughing barrel of race. We're so much more than race. Now, if I'm in a conversation with somebody and I'm saying, well, black folks this, white folks that, Puerto Ricans this, or Hawaiians that, and then somebody says, oh, race is a construct. Shut up. You know, when I say black people, you know who I'm talking about. You know, when I say white people, you know who I'm talking about. I understand that race is a construct. I also understand that we don't have to believe in the concept of race to the extent we're so distracted by it, we can't get nothing done, including improving the quality of who we are. You said somebody's posting a picture on the video. I'm not understanding what you mean by that. How is somebody posting a picture on the video? Understand. Hosea. Somebody's posting a picture. I got a, a message saying somebody's posting a picture on my video. I don't really know what that means. So anyway, back to what I was saying. We have to stay involved in what I call a universal approach to life. Understanding life, preserving life, and improving the quality of life. When we are who we are, we also contribute to improving the quality of the whole. It's a natural process. So that's we need to get out of the business of race. Now, in what ways do I make decisions that hurt me? That's another question. What is the picture of, Hosea? Take a screenshot and send it to me in the comments. What is the picture of? Show me the picture. Okay, so back to what I was saying. In what ways do I make decisions that hurt me? That's the question for tonight. I ask that question every night. In what ways do I make decisions that hurt me? So that was your phone. Okay, all right. Thanks for clearing that up for me. Appreciate you. So, in what ways do I make decisions that hurt me? And so the question I asked tonight is, do I criticize others more than I focus on addressing my insecurities, flaws, and lack of compassion? Do I criticize others more than I focus on addressing my insecurities, flaws, and lack of compassion? How many of us actually spend more time criticizing everybody else than we address our own insecurities and flaws? And the lack of compassion is when we criticize other people so hard. We don't know the story. We don't know that why they're moving that way. We don't know anything, but we're on the outside looking in and criticizing so hard, while at the same time we don't do it to focus on our own lives and improve the quality of who we are. So I think that is definitely a decision that would hurt me if I spent more time criticizing other people than I do focusing on my own insecurities, flaws, and lack of compassion. That's another way that you can guarantee your life is going to be miserable. You just spend a lot of time criticizing other people and not focusing on your own life. Or for me, if I were to spend time criticizing other people more than I'm focused on addressing my own life, my own insecurities, my own flaws, my own lack of compassion, uh, that's a decision that hurts me. This criticism business. So I wanted to put that on the table. So again, I'll remind you that the Taste of the Caribbean Arts and Culture Connecticut Incorporated presents Hartford, Connecticut's Taste of the Caribbean Jerk Festival, Saturday, August 1st, 2026, from 1 p.m. to 30 p.m. I don't know. It's going to be a lot of good food, of course. It's going to be a lot of good people, of course. It's going to be a lot of good music, of course. On the upper and lower levels, it's going to be live music. Of course, it's going to be some great DJs. And like I said, it's going to be great people. So if you uh, if you want to have a good time tomorrow, come down to Hartford, Connecticut States Youth Caribbean Jerk Festival tomorrow, 1 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and have a good time. And also, like I said before, inbox me if you'd like to. If you want to have a conscious conversation, just let me know. I feel like I have a lot of information, a lot of good information that I think people can use. And I don't want to just sit with it because I'm not at the level of speaking that I would like to be just yet. But while I'm on ground floor, why you may as well take advantage of it. And I'm also letting you know that my only requirement is that I can get some water and some red grapes with or without seeds. And I'm good to go. And if you like what I do, then you can write me a nice letter of recommendation. Yeah, this is an individual conscious conversation, or this can be a group conscious conversation. It could be with young people, or it could be a crowd of people, a group of people. It's up to you. Inbox me and let's make it happen. I'd just like to say that you could be doing anything right now in this very moment, and you chose to give me some time in your life. I do not take that for granted. I love you all, and I always will. And I will absolutely never give up on our people, ever. Have a good night. Peace.